So I'm going to talk about a movie that I'm sure none of you have heard about. Hey Pop Demon Hunters, which is, if you don't know, a 2025 animated film which is a joint venture between Sony Animation and Netflix. It essentially follows a group of demon hunters that are also pop stars, who are one of many groups of demon hunter pop stars that appear over the years. This time it's Rumi, Zoe, and Mira. I'm not going to explain the whole plot here though, because this video will have spoilers in it. And if you haven't seen the movie, get the fuck out of here. Seriously, go watch it and then come back. But in all seriousness, guys, I love this movie. I think it's beautifully animated, great characters, themes of identity, redemption, and shame that I think anybody can relate to, child or adult, and not to mention great songs, some of which I think have so many layers to them, but we'll get into all that, don't worry. That's it, end the video, bye. Just kidding, obviously. I want to really go in depth and review for lack of a better term, I'm going to review the shit out of this movie, and I'm going to talk about why I ultimately believe this movie lives up to the hype, and why I believe this is one of the best animated movies to come out in years. So let's get into it. So first, I'm going to start with the animation, and can I just say, I would love to thank Spider-Verse for giving these studios the kick in the ass that they needed to up the quality of their animation. Love or hate that movie, but if you hate it, why? Anyways, love or hate that movie, the influence that it has had on modern animated films is undeniable, and I am so damn happy that we're living in an era with so many great animated movies coming out that are just oozing with creativity. Anyways, I was a little unsure about this movie at first because I saw clips of the super exaggerated anime-esque things that characters do with their faces in this, and I was like, I don't know, it looks kind of weird, but man, it totally works. I'm not an animation expert, so I'm not sure if there's a term for it when in animation characters just don't have like cheekbones, and their faces and muscles can just get super trippy and over-exaggerated when they're feeling certain emotions, but that is in this movie, and it's fucking hilarious. Even funky expressions aside, the characters look great. They're so smoothly animated, whether it's a fight scene or a choreographed dance number. Both of which there are quite a few of in this movie, and they're all awesome. So, there's a fight scene in a bathhouse in this movie, and it's so goddamn cool and well animated. As a fan of animation and action movies, fuck, I loved it so much. I was showing this movie to my friend at his place, and when that scene came on, I kid you not, I turned to him and I said, "Isn't the animation in this movie so fucking good?" Okay, gushing over it is an awesome sequence. I've also got to bring up the "this is what it sounds like" sequence at the end because holy shit, dude. The use of colors and light in that sequence just absolutely mesmerizing. Especially when Rumi is running towards Gima and all the colors around her, and she's just running and she's surrounded by the colors, and then her, Zoe, and Mira just float up in this stream of beautiful lights and colors. It was so beautiful to look at. Dear Netflix, please do not make a live action version of this. Sequels? Hell yeah, give them to me. Live action? No. The reason that I think this movie is blown up like it has is because it's so rewatchable and it's so much fun. Above all else, a lot of people just want to have fun when watching a movie and be entertained. This movie is silly, goofy, and just so enjoyable to watch. I don't think you can really be bored when watching this movie. I mean, the entire opening sequence on the plane basically sets the example for how much fun the movie is going to be. I mean, they're on a plane that's half destroyed, waiting for their noodles to finish cooking while kicking the shit out of demons. That's fucking cool, and it's fun. I think the fun aspect and the humor of this movie just really adds to the charm of it. Even if some of the jokes are cringe, it's like fun cringe. Like lose yourself in the goofiness of it sort of cringe. I mean, when Zoe is talking to Bobby about Soda Pop and the Saja Boys, and she just starts to like slightly do the little shoulder dance, it's stupid, but it's fucking funny, man. And this movie has no shortage of little moments like that. I love it so much. And I can't talk about the comedy in this movie without mentioning the GOAT, Derpy. I love you, Derpy. Alright folks, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video. The music and the characters. Music first. I'm sure I don't have to tell you how catchy and popular the music in this movie has become. You go anywhere, you'll hear Golden playing. A mall, a Target, even a McDonald's. Now, the music is catchy, yeah, but it's also like super relevant to the plot and super deep. There's so much going on with these songs beyond what's on the surface level. Now, Soda Pop, it's meant to be a catchy radio pop song without much substance. That's how it fits into the movie, and that's exactly what the song is, an annoying but catchy song. While a song like Golden is a lot more than what you see on the surface. Golden is Rumi telling a lie to herself. She's telling herself how things are going to be great when the honeymoon is sealed so she can finally be herself, but that's a bunch of bullshit. I'm done hiding, now I'm shining like I was born to be, but that's not true. Because for most of the movie, she's hiding from who she is. That's why she struggles to sing the song. She can't get the notes. It's a lie. When she's by herself, no more hiding. I'll be shining like I'm born to be. She's convinced that sealing the honeymoon will just solve her problems, her shame. But the scars are part of who she is. Notice how she begins to struggle to hit those high notes until she finally starts to accept herself for who she is. Did you guys notice that after she sang Free, she got her voice back and managed to sing the high notes? That's why This Is What It Sounds Like is my favorite song in the movie. I like the emotionally charged songs in this more than the pop bangers like Soda Pop. And This Is What It Sounds Like is like the culmination of Rumi's arc throughout the entire movie, where everything comes to a head. She finally comes to terms with who she is, all of her shame, and just being true to herself. And I think that's awesome. And so many people can probably resonate with that. And ironically enough, when she finally shows her scars, that's when she begins to shine. No more hiding, I'll be shining. Rather than thinking her scars will just go away, then she can be who everyone thinks she is, she truly begins to shine once she finally shows who she actually is. Okay, so I've already talked about Rumi a little bit, but I just think she's such a fascinating and well-developed, well-written character. Rumi has shame, and she's hiding who she truly is. She thinks that she can just magically change who she is and solve all her problems without actually having to face them. Throughout the movie, she has to learn, I am who I am. I can't magically change that. She learns to finally embrace who she is, and it's so incredible and emotionally resonant of a character arc. To mention a little bit of negative here, I wish Zoe and Mira had a little more depth. There is some stuff sprinkled in here, which is nice, but it's pretty minimal. I think I heard Chris Stuckman say once that he had a meeting with Netflix, and Netflix basically said, hey, we want to make things as fast-paced as possible so that the viewer doesn't get the chance to click off. They're just hooked the entire time, which I don't think that's a great way to make movies. I mean, you have to have slow moments and, you know, stuff like that. But this movie is just kind of like fast-paced, big thing after big thing after big thing, and it doesn't allow the side characters to get as developed as maybe they should be. But anyways, Genu is also a great character. While Rumi represents shame, Genu represents shame and redemption. And they're so similar in that they're both running away from their problems because they're both just too ashamed to face them. And they kind of have to help each other become strong enough to face their shit. Rumi helps Genu get his soul back and do one final act of heroism to redeem himself for something horrible he did in his life. And in return, Genu helps Rumi learn to be okay with who she is and learns that she needs to embrace what makes her different rather than running away from it. I think Free is such an underrated song. I'm sorry, but that's like top 3 minimum. And Free really summarizes all of this, how they kind of help each other, and why I think they're both such great and interesting characters. Yeah, so to wrap things up, this movie fucking slaps. I've watched it like 5-6 times, and I'm gonna go see it in theaters on Halloween weekend, and I'm so excited. Is it too soon to declare this as one of my all-time favorites? Ah, fuck it. I love this movie. I bought the Fortnite skins. I bought the merch. I'm gonna go see it in theaters. I can't recommend this movie enough. It's beautifully animated, got great music and characters, and it's just so much fun. I'm so glad to be in an era where we can get amazing films like this, and Netflix, please, please, please give K-pop Demon Hunters 2 a full theatrical run. I beg. You will make money.